Mario Kart would not be the same without its items. Some allow you to pull off incredible shortcuts, while others destroy friendships. Today, I'm gonna rank every item across the Mario Kart series. I won't include items exclusive to spin-off games like Mario Kart Tour or Mario Kart Arcade. This list is mostly based on how useful each item is, but how fun or how annoying each item is will also be taken into account. With that said, let's go. Number 41, Coin. I think we all knew this was getting last place. Considering how easy it is to get coins in this game, there is no reason to have a coin as an item. Sure, your top speed increases when you have 10 coins, or 20 in Mario Kart World, but it's such a slap in the face when an item is imminently approaching and instead of getting something to defend yourself, you get a coin. Also, just because I know someone in the comments is gonna say this, you do technically get 2 coins with this item, but that changes nothing for me. This item is the epitome of uselessness. Number 40, Blooper. This is one of those items that just exists to annoy you. The blooper covers your screen with ink, making it harder to see, but I don't think this has ever actually gotten in anyone's way. It covers enough of your screen to annoy you, but not enough to actually affect the game. This item doesn't benefit the person who used it, nor does it do anything significant to the other players. It's kinda just a waste. Number 39, Feather. People go crazy for this item, but I find it useless. All it does is launch you in the air a few feet. To use this thing for a shortcut, you need it at a very specific moment on select courses. 90% of the time, this item does absolutely nothing. Number 38, Dash Food. I know this isn't meant to be seen as an item, but I'm gonna include it regardless. Dash Food's main purpose is to change the costume of certain characters. It also gives you a minor speed boost. Dash Food is cool and all, but it doesn't really impact the game all that much. Number 37, Question Block. This item isn't very useful either. It is a decent bit better than just 2 coins, but again, it's already easy enough as it is to collect coins. So an item like this just feels pointless. I mean, at least with this one, it basically fills up your entire coin count, but still. Number 36, Golden Shell. Another coin-based item. The reason I'm ranking this one the best is because it has a small chance of hitting someone ahead of you. It always travels directly down the middle of the track, making it pretty easy to avoid, but still, it's slightly more useful than the other coin items. Number 35, Blue Shell. This is the friendship destroyer right here. This item does absolutely nothing to benefit the person using it. It's just meant to be annoying and nothing more. As most of you know, the blue shell will target the player in first, hitting them and causing them to slow down. The so-called reasoning behind this item is it prevents a player from being too good at the game. I call bullshit. If someone has a massive lead ahead of the other players, getting hit by this thing is more of a nuisance than anything else. And if it's a close race, by throwing this thing, you're stopping the player who is ever so slightly ahead from claiming their rightful victory because of this stupid thing. The blue shell is meant to add balance to the game, but more often than not, it just gets in everyone's way and doesn't benefit anyone at all. Number 34, Tanuki Leaf. This thing sucks. Every time I get this thing, I immediately spam it to get rid of it. It does nothing. Very rarely in a race will you ever get close enough to someone else to hit them with this. And even if you do, you're hitting 1 or 2 people max. It's just an annoying item to get. It is a bit more useful in Balloon Battle, I'll give it that much, but even then, it kinda sucks. Number 33, Thundercloud. This thing is like hot potato. When the Thundercloud is over you, it'll give you a slight speed boost, but after a certain amount of time, it'll strike you with lightning and shrink you down, unless you pass it off to another player before that happens. Passing it off to another player is not as easy as it sounds. In Mario Kart, it's very common for the racers to be very spread out. So if you get this thing, you could be screwed. The speed boost it gives you isn't even that good either, so getting this item is kind of a nightmare. Number 32, Kamek. Kamek's an interesting item to say the least. When used, Kamek will spawn random enemies on the track ahead of you, as well as turn everyone else into that enemy for a few moments. Kamek doesn't really benefit anyone necessarily, but he shakes things up in a decent way. He's also able to unlock certain characters by turning you into them, so on the off chance that happens, it's pretty cool. I have ranted in the past about how much I hate this about Mario Kart World's character unlock system, so I won't do it again. but when it works out for you, it's pretty cool. Number 31, Fake Item Box. This item would be a lot better if you could defend yourself with it. The Fake Item Box has gone through a lot of different designs over the years, some of which are more real looking than others, but for the most part you can usually tell when it's a fake one. Like I said, if you could defend yourself with this item, then it would be ranked a lot better on this list, but because it does offer very little benefit to you, I'm ranking it fairly poorly. Number 30, Piranha Plant. This item's also just kinda for me. The Piranha Plant will chomp at other players and give you a minor speed boost every time it does. The speed boost, however, is fairly insignificant, and the chances of you chomping another player are kind of low. Therefore, it's not really the best item out there. Number 29, Hammer. The hammer is pretty good for sniping players ahead of you, but as you'd expect, what's preventing me from ranking it better on the list is that you can't use it to defend yourself. It's not a big deal since, like I said, it's great for sniping players ahead of you, but it's still not good enough to be ranked a bit higher for me. Number 28, Banana. Probably one of, if not the most basic item in Mario Kart. I'm sure most of you are shocked it's this high on the list, but it's here for one very special reason. You can use it to defend yourself. When you're like me and spend most of your time in first place during Mario Kart, items that prevent you from oncoming attacks are crucial. Bananas may not do much outside of that, but you never know when one could save you from a dangerous red shell. Plus, if you place them in the right spot, you can annoy your friends pretty easily. Number 27, Giant Banana. This is highly similar to just a regular banana, but it's, giant. While defending yourself in Double Dash is difficult, it isn't impossible. If you throw this at the right time, you should be safe from certain attacks. Plus, it's hard for your opponents to avoid this thing. Placing this in certain spots can make you straight up evil. Number 26, Bob-omb. Sure, you definitely can't be defending yourself with one of these, but you can pull off some nasty snipes with a Bob-omb. The best part is you can hit multiple players at once with one of these things. Number 25, Boomerang Flower. This item isn't amazing, but you can snipe a good amount of players with it. You can get about 3 throws before this thing disappears, and if you use them well, you can get a handful of people. It's not the easiest or the most useful item in the game, but it's not the worst either. Number 24, Fireballs. The fireballs will launch themselves forward in a straight trajectory, hitting almost everyone in their path. Once again, this isn't the best item to get in Mario Kart, but it can be decently useful. If used right, you can wreak a decent amount of havoc. Number 23, Fire Flower. This is pretty similar to just plain fireballs, but I'm counting them as different since they do work differently. The fireballs are thrown all at once, while the Fire Flower lets you spam fireballs for a short period of time. The ability to aim the fireballs in certain directions can be harder, but also more useful. Number 22, Ice Flower. This one's interchangeable with the Fire Flower, but I think it's a little better because it throws your opponents slightly off course. Instead of stopping in their tracks, your opponents will slide a bit before regaining control of their cart. It's not that different from the Fire Flower, but I'm gonna rank it better regardless. Number 21, Mega Mushroom. This item can be a bit hit and miss. Sometimes you get lucky and have a ton of people around you to flatten, other times you have no one and the item just goes to waste. This item is a lot better in Mario Kart World where there's a lot more people on the track to flatten. Whether there's people around or not, the Mega Mushroom is still useful for getting a bit more speed and pulling off a few shortcuts. Number 20, Green Shell. Another iconic Mario Kart item. The Green Shell is great because you can not only use it to defend yourself, you can also pull off some immensely satisfying snipes with it if you're skilled enough. It may seem like a plain item at the end of the day, but at its best, this thing can be a game changer for you. Number 19, Red Shell. You thought the Green Shell was good? The Red Shell will lock onto the player in front of you. When thrown at the right time, you can really ruin someone's day and your friendship while you're at it. This thing can be critical for you in certain races. Number 18, Egg. Pretty much the same thing as the Red Shell, but it spawns a lot of items after hitting someone, which makes it a tiny bit more useful. Number 17, Bowser Shell. When thrown, the Bowser Shell will go really far around the course, hitting a good amount of players in the process. It may not be the best item out there, but in certain situations, it can give you a golden opportunity to get back in the game. Number 16, POW Block. The POW Block can be really irritating, but this list is based mostly on how beneficial the item is to the person using it. The POW Block causes every player to spin out when used. However, you can minimize the spinning effect by flicking your Wii remote at the right time. It's annoying either way, but it gives the person who used it a great chance to catch up. Number 15, Lightning. The Lightning is pretty much the upgrade of the POW block. Again, for the person using it. Using the Lightning not only slows down the racers in front of you, but also shrinks them down, meaning you can run them over. If you're really far back, this item can give you a critical chance to catch up, as well as slow down the racers in front of you. It's not always the most effective way to get back to the front, but it's definitely one of the best. Number 14, Mushroom. The shortcuts you can pull off with mushrooms are crucial in intense races. Sure, one singular mushroom can only do so much for you, but if you use it right, it can make or break your game. Maybe I'm rating it a little too high, but I think mushrooms are an amazing item in the Mario Kart series. Number 13, Super Horn. This thing creates a shockwave that hits many of the players within your vicinity. That by itself is pretty powerful, but the shockwave is so powerful, it can break a blue shell. Like I said, I personally find the blue shell to be more of a nuisance than anything else. But if it's a tight match, this thing can save you from the pain of a blue shell hitting you right at the end of a race. If used right, the Super Horn can be the most important item in the game. You always want to hold on to these things for as long as possible. Number 12, Triple Bananas. More often than not, you're going to use these for protection. If you've learned anything throughout this video, it's that always remember protection, kids. Triple Bananas offer 3 hits of protection before you're left vulnerable again. This can be highly important in certain races. Number 11, Triple Green Shells. These offer the same benefit as the Triple Bananas on top of being able to snipe players if need be. Having a ton of flexibility between defending and sniping is very useful in Mario Kart. Number 10, Triple Red Shells. Getting these just feels mean. You can hit the person in front of you 3 times with these if you're feeling mean enough. Of course, you can use these to defend yourself, which, as I've said a million times, is very important. But if you feel like being a jerk, you can just demolish the person in front of you. Number 9, Heart. This item is by far the best in terms of defending yourself. Not only do you get 2 hit points before you're vulnerable again, you'll pick up the item you're hit with. This is an incredible item. I don't think I even need to say more. Number 8, Triple Mushrooms. Now we're getting into some of the game-breaking items. Triple Mushrooms may feel like an average item, but it can be game-breaking. Some of the shortcuts you can pull off with these are insane. The amount of speed you get from 3 mushrooms back to back to back is crazy. This item could potentially steal an entire race for you. Number 7, Chain Chomp. People are mixed about this item, and I totally understand why. The Chain Chomp pulls you really far across the course at a high speed, while demolishing anyone in its path. The problem is, on certain tracks, once it detaches from your cart, it's very easy to go off-road. This is very noticeable on Rainbow Road specifically. I think the risk is worth the reward personally, since I tend to have good luck with this item, but if you disagree, that's more than reasonable. Number 6, Bullet Bill. The Bullet Bill is the vastly improved version of the Chain Chomp. It goes much faster and 99% of the time spews you out on a safe part of the track. Bullet Bills can very quickly take you from last place to first place, making it one of the most valuable items in all of Mario Kart. Number 5, Boo. The Boo may feel like an item at times, but it can steal an entire race for you. Literally. When you use the Boo, you'll become invisible and immune to items. After a few seconds, the Boo will return with an item it stole from another player. Depending on your luck, the invisibility plus the stolen item can be completely broken. People have done wild things with this item, making it one of the best the series has to offer. Number 4, Star. Who wouldn't want a few seconds of invincibility? On top of said invincibility, the Star also gives you a speed boost and allows you to go off-road without slowing down. The amount of shortcuts you can pull off with this thing speaks for itself. It's tough to top this one. Number 3, Golden Mushroom. The sheer amount of speed you gain from this item is enough to bring you from dead last to first place in a matter of seconds. Not to mention how easy it is to pull off shortcuts with this thing. This item gives you by far the biggest advantage any other item could possibly give you. Well, except the 2 coming up. Number 2, Lucky 7. The Lucky 7 gives you a banana, a green shell, a red shell, a mushroom, a star, a blooper, and a Bob-omb. If you get this thing and still lose the race, you're the problem. The amount of havoc wreaked from one single item is disgusting. Thankfully, this item's pretty rare, so it doesn't wreak too much havoc on regular races. Number 1, Crazy 8. This is the same thing as the Lucky 7, except you get a coin as well. Yay, I guess? Either way, it's still technically an improvement. This is easily the most chaotic and useful item in all of Mario Kart. And that's every item in Mario Kart ranked. It physically pained me ranking certain items as well as I did because of how annoying they are. But alas, those ones are the useful ones at the end of the day. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider subscribing as it really helps me out a lot. Okay, bye.